physical side of my fitness story is I quit drinking 4.5 months ago. I was pretty public about it just because I would challenge people to stop drinking for 30 days just to see how they felt. I'm not an alcoholic, but I love the taste of beer. I love the taste of frickin' whatever. I just like having a drink, red wine, seltzers, whatever. And part of it is because I like the taste of it. Part of it's because it's like a habit. I never get drunk. The other part of it is it takes the edge off my anxiety. I have general anxiety disorder. I have to take a medication for it. And alcohol does take the edge off my anxiety for a small moment in time, which sometimes when I've had a stressful day, that is nice at night to have that edge taken off. But there are consequences. And the consequences for me is I usually wake up at about 2 a.m. with my heart racing. I feel dehydrated. I don't sleep good. I wake up the next day and I feel like shit. Therefore, I have to take a power nap in the afternoon. And then I really don't sleep good the next night because I'm not tired, et cetera, on and on. For me, alcohol can be fun around friends or whatever, but I've really struggled to find the benefit to actually doing it as much as I did. So I am doing a 12-month test. I'm not drinking for 12 months. I'm 42 years old. I have dedicated this year to no alcohol. And I got to tell you guys, 4.5 months in, the only time I've like the recent last few weeks, I barely think about it at all. The first couple months I did for sure. There's been a couple occasions when I've thought about it. One, I was on an airplane the other day. I used to like to have a drink on an airplane or at an airport, like a cold beer at an airport. For some reason, that tastes really good. But really, it's really tapered down to where I don't think about it much. And even when I lay in bed at night to go to sleep, I feel so much better. I'm like, God, I'm so glad I didn't have a drink tonight. Now, there's been a few stressful events that have happened in my life, which also can be a trigger for me to have a drink, where I've really craved it. And I've had to find other ways to get rid of that stress, whether that be exercise, sleep, taking a walk, calling a friend, whatever. But it kind of, if you make the pledge like I did, for me, like I'm not gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna drink for 12 months. You have to find ways to push through it. You don't have a choice. I also erased the alcohol from my house. I did notice some seltzers hiding the other day that I got to get those out of here because it did look good. But from a physical standpoint, I've lost about 8 or 10 pounds. Now that's not all from the alcohol or the lack thereof. I have, along with not drinking, I have been dedicated to an exercise routine, which is 5 to 6 days a week of at least 30 minutes of exercise, if not an hour of exercise. And the first few months, it was mostly cardio. I love cardio. It makes me feel really good. I actually like running, but my lower back's awful. And so I actually bought an Echelon bike, which I've found to be extremely beneficial if you like cardio, but running hurts your knees or your back. I got a great sweat on that Echelon bike. I can do all kinds of dynamic things on there, whether you can even do weights along with it. They have all kinds of classes. I found that to be awesome. I've done almost 100 rides on it and I'm addicted to it. But I've also realized that I have to incorporate weightlifting into my routine. So, the last month and a half, I've been incorporating more weights. Now, I don't have a full gym in my area, but I have a pretty good gym. So I bought a pull-up bar, a bar dip bar, and a bunch of kettlebells and dumbbells. And I'm able to do, kind of a mixed variety of weights and body weight movements to increase my strength while I'm working on my cardio. Overall, the last 4 months have been life-changing for me. I've never been in better shape. In fact, when I look at pictures of myself, even from 6 months or a year ago, I'm like, dude, how come no one told me I look like the worst dad bod on the planet? Like, come on, guys, you got to be honest with me. I got the big donut around my stomach. Like, I'm 42. I want to look, I want to look and feel good. This is like the prime of my life. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, with that said, I'm pretty excited to announce that Mountain Tough is going to be Mountain Tough Fitness out of Bose, Montana. Incredible company with an incredible team. They have an app and it's a whole program focused around being the best physical version of yourself to conquer the mountains. I'm partnering with them for this segment, and so the last 2 weeks I've been doing their program. Funny backstory: I was actually one of their first test cases in Bozeman, Montana, about 5 years ago. But they're like a pretty big company now, and we're going to partner on this segment because it's just perfect. They have mental toughness portions of their program, but a lot of really hard workouts, daily workouts, workouts with no equipment, workouts with equipment. I highly recommend you check out the Mountain Tough Fitness app. There'll be a lot more of that to come, but I've been doing that the last 2 weeks, and it's a great mix of like explosive movements, body weight movements, weight movements, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of push-ups. And I've found as my strength increases, along with my cardio, that's like physical fulfillment. Like I'm feeling great, and I look forward to it. I look forward to just absolutely getting ruined every day.